Thorpe Park is home to over 30 rides. Some very thrilling ones and some not so very thrilling ones. I had the privilege to visit Thorpe Park for 2 days last summer and experience their rides. In this video we will take a look at my top 10 rides that I rode at Thorpe Park. Obviously this is my opinion and it may differ from yours. So be free to leave your top 10 in the comments below. The Walking Dead ride can be found in 10th place as it resembles an over-glorified family coaster in my opinion. The theming is great, but it doesn't fit the ride, as the coaster itself is a small and relatively tame Vekoma family coaster. The break run section was really cool though, and arguably the best part of the ride. I am also not that big of a fan of a horror themed attraction, so the theming wasn't really my cup of tea. Rush is an S&S Scream and Swing. This flat ride is quite standard, but I enjoy them quite a lot. They offer some great forces and views of the park. Unfortunately, Rush had a very short ride cycle, which made it quite a lot weaker than the other Scream and Swing that I've ridden in Liseberg. Vortex is your standard pendulum ride that you can often find on fun fairs and in smaller parks. I really like these kinds of rides because they give some great positive forces in combination with some weightlessness. Vortex was no different, providing a long cycle. I also really like the color scheme on this ride, which also makes it visually pleasing. Samurai is the last flat ride on this list. This ride is very extreme and disorienting. It has some very whippy moments to it, while also having some very intense moments. Samurai is also very aesthetic. It is located in proximity to Saw and Hyperia, which gives it an amazing backdrop. I would definitely recommend riding Samurai when visiting Thorpe Park, although it is not for the faint of heart. Colossus is the oldest big thrill coaster located at Thorpe Park. This is an Intamin 10 inversion coaster that has, surprise surprise, 10 inversions. The inversions are fun, especially the corkscrews, and the coaster has a good airtime moment. But that's it. The coaster is quite uncomfortable in my opinion, especially because of the very narrow and tight trains. Colossus isn't bad by any means, but it is definitely the worst big thrill coaster located at Thorpe Park. Next up we can find the Swarm. This wing coaster constructed by B&M is definitely one of the weaker wing coasters that I've ridden. It is quite short and not very intense. It does have some great head choppers and it has a forceful moment or two, but nothing out of the ordinary. One of the Swarm's biggest strengths is its theming. The Swarm is themed to an apocalyptic alien invasion and the theming is done really well. It is very immersive from the moment that you enter Swarm Island until you leave it again. Stealth is an Intamin hydraulic lounge coaster. Although it is one of the shortest coasters out there, it does pack a real punch. I am a really big fan of these Intamin hydraulic lounge coasters, and it is definitely one of the best ones I've ridden yet. The lounge is arguably the best one I've ridden yet. It is really extreme and it has a real kick to it. The top hat is also very good in the front and the back, providing you with some great ejector airtime. The only downside to this coaster is the duration, although you do expect it to be short. Now we've reached the top 3, which are all amazing coasters. In 3rd place we can find Saw the Ride. Saw is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter with a great and punchy layout. The ride is themed to the Saw movie franchise and it implements its theme really well. I was genuinely scared when I entered the key line for the first time. Saw also has a great pre-lift hill section with a few surprises. I do advise you to sit in the front for the best experience. Overall, Saw has a very complete layout with some great airtime moments and whippy inversions, while also having some great positive forces. In second place is Nemesis Inferno. Inferno is a B&M inverted coaster with some amazing positive forces. I adore B&M inverts with great positive forces, and Inferno is no exception. The coaster also has a great outdoor facade with the volcano, although the station itself could use some more theming. The pre-lift hill section is very playful, which is also a plus. Inferno resembles the Batman clone layout in my opinion, but that is a good thing, as those are great inverts that deserve more recognition. I would also say that Inferno isn't that far off the number 1 on this list, which is... Of course, Hyperia is the number 1 coaster on this list, to no one's surprise. Although I would place Nemesis Inferno a lot closer to Hyperia than most people. Hyperia is of course a very unique coaster in the United Kingdom, while also being the tallest and fastest coaster in the country. You can find a fully fledged review on my channel already. Overall, I would say that Hyperia is the most complete coaster in the park, offering all kinds of forces. So these are my top 10 rides in Thorpe Park. Is it the same as yours? What do you disagree with? And what is your list? Let it all know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I would really appreciate it if you would leave a like and subscribe for more theme park adventures. Bye!